Hey everyone, Rev Rush here. I'm in a No Mega tournament on Nugget Bridge. I'll post that link down below. But I recently did a few battles and I figured I'd show everyone my limited success I've had here. I'm running a variation rain team with Politoed, Ludicolo, Raichu, Landorus T, Nidoqueen, and a Magnezone. Our opponent's on the bottom, Duckshroom, and these are best 2 out of 3s. So I'm in the top right corner, we're going to go ahead and start that. My opponent sends out his Ludicolo and Greninja. I send out my Raichu and my Magnezone. Magnezone has very nice attacking power if you're able to get off a attack. I fake out that Ludicolo as I'm faster than it, and I know it's going to fake out, while I Thunderbolt the Aegislash with activating my Raichu's special ability and boosting his special attack, which actually helps me out. I then Electro Web this turn to lower the speed of Ludicolo and Aegislash on the opposite sides of the field. Ludicolo goes for a Giga Drain, which brings down my health a little bit, and I here learned that Aegislash is a physical attacking Aegislash, which is very rare indeed. And I know he's going to go for King Shield, so Thunder does miss the Ludicolo, but since that speed is lowered, Nidoqueen takes out the Ludicolo's one hit from a Poison Jab, just showing its power really. Greninja does use a Waterfall on my poor Raichu, and it's faster, and it just takes it right out. I go for a Drill on a Greninja and actually get a nice solid amount of damage off on it. Aegislash Iron Heads me, and it does a decent amount of damage, and putting Nidoqueen in a good KO range, essentially, by the Greninja. But Greninja goes for a low kick onto my Magnezone, and Magnezone just barely survives, like by an inch, 2 HP. Here I go for a Thunderbolt on that Aegislash, which I think was for the Greninja spot, since King shielded, nothing happened. Drill brings that Aegislash right down to the red, but it activates his weakness policy, which is not the best for me. Psycho Cut does take down the Nidoqueen, while a Thunderbolt takes down a full health Malamar in one hit. And this puts us right down to the wire with his Aegislash versus my Landorus Therian. And even if he King Shields, I'm going to go for a Rock Slide so I don't accidentally lower my own attack. So I Rock Slide, protect, and then luckily for me, I Rock Slide again, and I take down that Aegislash, and I win this first battle. Next up is the second battle in this No Mega, and he sends out, I'm on the top right again, he sends a Greninja, Malamar this time around, while I send out my Raichu and my Ludicolo this time. You can change the sprites to make them shiny just for fun, and that's what I did with this guy. So he protects his Malamar, and I just go for the Greninja target actually. So I fake it out, and I get a very crucial paralyzation on the Ludicolo, which actually comes in handy for this battle. He fakes out my Raichu, and it can't attack this turn, but I'm going to just slowly chip away the damage at the Ludicolo. His Malamar goes for a knockoff, taking off my Assault Vest on the Ludicolo, while he switches out his Ludicolo again to bring in his Aegislash. He protects his Malamar, while I go for a Thunder on the protected Malamar. And admittedly, this wasn't the best turn because I double targeted. And it's always tough to double target someone. So I tried to Encore that Malamar to protect, but instead I'm just going to Scald that Aegislash, getting a very crucial burn because that is a physical attacking Aegislash. And I believe, what happened? Nope, okay. I switch out, bring in the Landorus, so I can intimidate that physical attacking Aegislash, which is a very odd threat, and it's very weak because of that physical attacking. And I just go for damage onto that Giga Drain, onto that Ludicolo. And Aegislash, when it's burned, intimidated, it really can't do much. So what I'm going to do here is, he's going to go for a shield, hoping I attack him, but instead I'm going to U-turn that Ludicolo, get my Landorus Therian right on out of here, and I take down the Ludicolo, to bring back in the Raichu, who can still fake out again, while I go for a Scald on that Aegislash, not doing anything, but the burn is slowly chipping away at his health, which is very crucial. Here's like one of the better plays. Fake out that Greninja, so it can't do anything, because I know it's going to be faster, but priority, and then Giga Drain that Greninja without its type change, and it takes down that Greninja in one hit. And despite Aegislash trying, it really can't do any physical damage, or any damage to my Pokemon with the burn, Intimidate. I go for a Thunder, getting the paralyzation, but it has a Lumberry, so we get rid of that paralysis, and I Scald the Malamar, bringing it right down to 8 HP, while it superpowers my Pinata, taking it out, leaving it with a boosted attack and defense, but I have a full health Raichu on the field, while his Aegislash is burned and taking away chip damage. They forfeit after this, so I still had 3 Pokemon in the back. I still had my Magnezone, I believe, and Landorus. So, no wait, yeah, Magnezone and Landorus. So I was still in a pretty good position because I was going to Rock Slide for the win here. Now up is our second battle against Dark 51. I'm in the bottom left-hand corner this time, and using the same Rain type team that I brought the last time. So I send out Landorus and Raichu first against his Rotom Wash and his Cresselia. I don't think I saved the first battle, but I lose to this Cresselia, so I know that it's a threat. So I'm going to fake out that Rotom Wash while I knock off the Cresselia and bring it right down to the red, knocking off its Excerpt Belt, and it sets up its Trick Room, making opposite, so slower is faster essentially. I send out my Landorus Therian so it doesn't get burned, because the Rotom Wash goes for a burn, and once Landorus Therian is burned, it's really weak. I get a very nice paralyzation on the Machamp here with that Thunder, and Thunder has 100% accuracy in the rain. Machamp is luckily paralyzed in the Trick Room setting while I get a Scald off, and Raichu gets hit by a Hydro Pump but gets down to 6 HP luckily, and I'm able to take that Machamp out right from the get-go, so it doesn't really get much time on the field to Dynamic Punch or hurt anything. Cresselia comes back out, and I switch out my Raichu to bring in Ludicolo, while I get Ice Beamed in the Raichu spot, and I Scald that Cresselia, actually getting the KO on it, even though it still had about 20 health left. Kermit does get Thunderbolted, but his Citrus Berry is activated, and the burn's going to slowly chip away at his health, but he's still in it to win it. This is not a physical attacking Aegislash. But here, I get Shadow Balled, which is fine, and I get Thunderbolted, but that Assault Vest really makes Ludicolo bulky, but a very unfortunate paralyzation here. But however, the dimensions return to normal, and Kermit goes down, and unfortunately Pinata also goes down, making it look like things are not in the best of situations. However, we send out our Landorus and our Raichu, and Raichu's not in the best of health, but it can fake out. Now here's where it's a little bit confusing, because I Encore that Rotom very smartly and knock off that Landorus in one hit. And he doesn't King Shield, so I'm able to knock it off, and since Rotom Thunderbolted the last battle, I'm able to boost my special attack, and our opponent forfeits here knowing that their Rotom Wash can no longer do anything except boost my Raichu's special attack. Now here's the second battle. I'm still in the bottom left hand corner. I send up my Raichu and my Politoed first against the Cresselia and the Rotom Wash. I activate the Rain, but I can't get hit by Thunder attacks. But it's still that Cresselia is a really bulky Pokemon. I Scald that Cresselia, and it don't really do that much damage, and it sets up its Trick Room, making me slower. And it starts to Calm Mind, which is always a very bad sign to see a Cresselia do. I Scald the Rotom Wash expecting a switch in, while it actually goes for a Light Screen, which is a very odd move. Wasn't really expecting that one. So I'm going to bring in my Ludicolo to try to stop that Calm Minding Cresselia, while I bring in the Magnezone to hopefully Signal Beam, because it has a Bug-type move. And Psyshock doesn't do very much to Magnezone, and Hydro Pump does do a lot to Magnezone, but Magnezone's a very slow Pokemon and will ultimately outspeed anyone in the Trick Room setting. Fake Out doesn't hit the Aegislash, but Signal Beam does a little bit of damage to that Cresselia. And Magnezone unfortunately does go down, while I bring out the Raichu again. And the Aegislash is there. I'm going to fake out the Cresselia so it can't Calm Mind again, while Pinata gets Shadow Ball, which is fine. Assault Vest, it really doesn't do much. So I'm going to continue going for that Cresselia, because it's calm-minded. I don't want it to boost anymore. The dimensions have returned to normal, and I luckily get that Thunder off, and I paralyze it, which is very crucial, I think. Scald brings it right down to 11 health. He Psyshocks my Pinata, doing a lot of damage, honestly. Aegislash puts itself behind a substitute, and I then remember that I can actually Encore. So Aegislash can keep trying to put up substitutes, while I actually take down the Cresselia with a Scald. So, though he's behind a substitute, which would be generally dangerous, he's Encored, so he really can't do much except continue trying to do substitutes. Here he switches out his Aegislash to bring back in his Machamp, while I use Electro Web to lower the speed of both opponents on the field, of the Machamp and the Rotom Wash. I believe he tries to take down my Pinata, but I'm still in it. With no, Trick Room, I'm still faster, so I Giga Drain that Rotom Wash, getting my health back, while he brings back his Aegislash, and there's a Machamp. I switch out to bring back in Kermit, since the speed will help Aegislash here. I scald and get a very lucky burn here on that Machamp, while he Shadow Balls poor Pinata, taking it out, leaving me with Pinata and Raichu. Now my Kermit's confused, and Raichu, I believe, still has full health. I don't think it's taking anything, but the burns are slowly chipping away at the Machamp. So what I'm going to do here is fake out the Machamp so the burns won't hit it, and I actually do get a Scald off, and he doesn't King Shield, and I get another burn, which means the hacks are really in my favor this turn. Machamp flinches from that fake out, while the burn damage slowly chips away at both of them, and I believe they forfeit here, which gets us our second win in our No Mega tournament, getting us 2 wins this time, which is pretty awesome. Alright, if you liked the video, make sure to like the video. Comment down below if you want to try this team out or battle me, and make sure to subscribe if you like the content. Thanks.